Hashtag Wiener Schnitzel. Hello.
Cheers, ears.
How are you doing, guys? There's only 3 of us today. Welcome to the Guitar Hour, Season 4, Episode 5. Hope you're doing very well out there. Or as I'm going to steal this line from a very, very cool YouTuber who we'll probably share with you at some point. Hope you're having a marvellous time, everybody. It's very British. That's from a YouTube channel, which I might share on the Facebook page from a producer guy who's really, really, really cool. Does a really good YouTube channel. We are joined today by myself, Tom Coyle.
David Beebe.
Dave Bronze.
Dave Drons.
Dave Drons.
Dave Drons has
Van
joined
Smith.
us. Yeah, absolutely. He's morphed. Actually, what happened is Jeff Goldblum tried to teleport him.
And Dan went inside Dave.
Exactly.
And I morphed with a chimpanzee and a fly. And this is what came out.
You've been here 5 minutes and the time's already at the floor.
Hashtag penis.
Hashtag penis.
Wiener Schnitzel?
Thanks for hashtag penis, Martin.
Hey everyone, how's everyone doing?
Yeah, tell us where you're watching from, guys. Say hello. Get chatting in the chat. Hi, Tom Gledhill. Hi, Martin. Hi, Eduardo, Richard Taylor, Ninja Badger, as usual.
Ninja
Badger.
Our back.
Putting the stream pot, the stream pot, the straw poll on there already. That's brilliant.
Badger's on it.
So yeah, as usual, guys, we hope you're doing well. This is the penultimate episode of Season 4 because next week we've got Andy Timmons live.
Oh my God.
By the way, do they actually know who you are yet?
No, probably not. It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry.
So
okay,
I came
let's
for
introduce
a
this
job
good fella.
interview on the BBC, and I've ended up here.
Have you ever seen that news? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
the guy turns up for, and yeah, that's right. He turns up for
an interview, and they say, "What? Tell us about the latest technology.
Yeah.
Do you see where it's going?" He's like, "I think it's going to be."
And then he just has a little smirk on his face. Brilliant. Hi from Norway. Oh, Hodness Guitar.
So
Bruno.
let's actually introduce the poor guy because he's been good enough to come and sit in. So this is
My name's Lee Wraith.
Lee Wraith, the
Lee
legendly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
legend. Yeah.
And I promise this is as much beer as we've drunk so far.
So
that's it.
Can't promise on the vodka though. That's already been.
So yeah, Lee Wraith. Lee is. We'll do a little interview with Lee later on, and he'll tell you what he does for a living. But Lee's a monstrous guitar player, really nice guy. I shouldn't be saying this while he's sat in the same room as us. But as I say, one hell of a player. So you'll get to hear him play later on.
Thank you.
Basically, you do a lot of work for Laney. You do Headstock.
Yeah. So the day job is Dawson's Music.
Yep.
So you can find me on YouTube. Got my own channel and the Dawson's Music channel. So that's the day job. And then I do stuff for Ibanez and for Laney and for Daddario as well. So live demos and videos, stuff like that.
And where are Dave Bronze and Dan Smith today?
They are AWOL.
So I don't know. Dan's doing a video shoot, I think, or a photo
actually,
shoot.
I do know what Bronzy is doing some writing for the new album. I think.
Oh yeah.
That scheduled writing session is in with the band, and Dan is a bit mysterious. What he's up to? I think he's doing some project with
Mysterious.
International Man of
A
Mystery.
mysterious photo shoot. You make your own mind up
he's
as to what
probably
Dan's doing. Hashtag penis.
He's probably destroying PCs with his bodily hair.
Yes, let's not mention that. As we've said, welcome guys. We've got Lee Wraith with us today. We're all drinking Brewdog Punk IPA.
Yep.
Except there seems to be a little discrepancy between
Size.
Tom has a big one.
Size doesn't matter, guys.
I got the big
That's
one.
what I say.
Hashtag penis. Everything's going to be hashtag penis today, isn't it? Thanks, Martin. All right, guys. So as usual, let's start with the news. So let's go to the news section. We've got a couple of things to tell you about today. There's our little news banner, very beautifully created by my fair hand. Yeah. So first thing, we mentioned it earlier on. Really, really cool. Really, really exciting. Andy Timmons is going to be on the show next week live via Skype. So what we want you to do, if you're watching the show now, or even if you're watching it later on YouTube or on Twitch after we've streamed, type in questions for Andy Timmons, and you can answer. You can ask questions live on the stream as well. We'll try and keep a really good kind of eye on the chat whilst Andy's here. And if you've got questions, we'll ask him within reason. Obviously, there's only so many questions we can ask him. We don't want to. Yeah, you've ruined the episode, Martin.
If Bronze is not on today, that means it's a jazz special.
Oh my God, no!
Oh, bad luck, dude.
It's a jizz special.
Listen. Enough's enough.
We're going to lose our clean rating.
Should we all just say hashtag penis one time and have it over and done with?
1, 2, 3.
Hashtag penis.
Okay, cool.
No.
By the way, where's the Gong of Doom?
Oh yeah, we've been
the
dropping
gong along?
gongs.
I'll
It's behind the
I'll
blind.
find it. So, because we need to gong for Andy Timmons.
Yeah.
So next week, as I say, normal streaming time, so 7:30 UK time this time, basically. Andy Timmons is going to join us. Just
Jimmy
do us-
Owen, I think Tom's playing gets more legendary the more IPAs that he has.
Who said that?
Jimmy Owen. He says, how many IPAs can you drink and still play like a legend?
Not very many. I don't play like a legend anyway, but... oh,
That was the bullshit
piercing.
bell.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't feel like a legend. No. Yes, you do.
So there we go. That was for Andy Timmons. Yeah, so he's going to join us. So, join the stream, guys, because you only get one opportunity for this. You can only ask questions while we're live. So make sure you do that. It's going to be super cool. And then the next bit of news, I need to do a bit of mousing here, so just bear with me a second. Where's the pointer gone? I need to just do that.
Richard Gere wants that, didn't he?
And then make that full screen.
The mousing.
So BB's going to tell you a
Thought
little
it
bit
was a
about... There's a cool app that BB's discovered.
Actually, I'm flying by the seat of my pants here
Do you not know what you're talking about?
because I don't know about it. So I'm just going to do it.
Right,
So-
what's this, Beeps?
Anyway, a few of the jazz guys that I follow on YouTube have been talking about this app. It's called Genius Jam Tracks. If you've ever listened to me bang on about iReal Pro,
Hashtag penis.
hashtag... What's happening with the hashtag penis?
No,
Sorry, hashtag it.
What was I saying? I think it's similar to iReal Pro, and I think you can create backing tracks with it. But with this one, it's a special focus on polyrhythms.
Hang on a minute.
What?
Does this only work on iOS?
Oh, here we go.
Disqualified
Here we go.
in the news.
So at the moment, it's only for iOS. In other words, the good operating system.
Hashtag.
Anyway, and you can use it to develop work on your polyrhythm stuff, and it's got
That's
a
interesting.
similar kind of sort of like piano drums, bass backing. You can change all the chords and stuff. And I don't actually have it yet, but I've just heard other people raving about it, so I just thought we'd put it out there for you guys if
There's a
you're
lesson here as well.
interested in.
Flipping heck.
It looks well designed. It looks very nice. It's got that kind of aesthetic to it. If you're into your
So the website is geniusjamtracks.com, I think.
I will be picking this up and having a fiddle with it. So
Yeah,
I'll let you
we'll
know.
we'll link through to that so that you guys can see what it is. And then BB's got a monumental piece of news.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get
We
the
should
chat back
cheers
up.
you.
Sorry, guys.
We should cheers you.
We should actually. Let me get my beer. Cheers, BB. Well done.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers, dude.
Thank you very much.
Excellent work.
Yeah.
So I have completed work as of today on my first in-depth guitar tutorial. I've talked about this on a few Guitar Hour streams and at length on my Facebook streams.
Never mind.
To lengthy streams. So this show is going all to pot.
Thanks, Martin.
Martin Miller, a lot to answer for, sir. So I've completed it, and yeah, so some of you may know, it's basically a documentary, or in some ways, of my journey through kind of learning to do the changes playing thing. And so it's aimed at rock, blues and pop players that are wanting to get into this from the ground up.
Like me?
Yeah, so it's certainly, and I've kind of tailored it and designed it in such a way that you should be able to come in at any point, really, not just have to start right at the beginning, but come in at any point, depending on your current level of theory knowledge or your current skill level, and be able to get something out of it. But really it is trying to answer that age-old question of how do I get out the boxes, or how does I jazz, that kind of thing. It's a bit of an ambitious goal, but I feel like I wanted to make some kind of sort of codify and solidify the process that I've gone through over the last several years, that I have been seeing some pretty interesting results with. And if it's of any use to anyone else, then even better. So it's really pleased. I did intend on having it all ready for you to actually go away right now and go to my website and buy it, but my internet's been so slow I haven't actually been finished uploading. So here's what I'm going to do. After this stream finishes tonight, I'm going to scuttle off back home, and then I'm going to start uploading it. And whilst this is happening, I'm going to live stream on Facebook the whole thing of me just uploading and playing and answering questions about
You're
it.
ruined now, Tom. You're ruined, aren't you?
I hope it doesn't take long to upload. If you do like a 24-hour stream and then you're on the news because you've died, one of these people,
Like one of the gamers.
yeah, exactly.
This is, I promise to you, all you guys watching this, that if you come and join this stream, I will not stop streaming until it's live for you and you're able to go and buy it, or like at least go and have a check it out so it's live.
Time to sabotage BB's internet.
Get Anonymous on the case.
Absolutely. But
So,
that's really exciting. It's a big old project, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is quite quite a big thing. So
No, never mind. Okay.
So, yeah, that's,
I'm going to buy
that's
it. I said that to you. I'm definitely going to buy it. I
Right.
think it's going to be an amazing and very useful thing to get under your fingers and in your head.
Absolutely.
So.
It looks and sounds great as well, which is obviously important. So we've got no Dan today, so we can't do Dan's challenge. Let me segue into this. So that's purely for my benefit, not for yours. So Dan's challenge, there is no challenge because he's not here. And we're not doing Tom's challenge because Dave and Dan aren't here. So we just thought we'd have a jam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jam's good.
What do you reckon?
Giant steps.
Moment's notice, giant steps.
Oh, have you heard Cy King's?
Of course.
Oh,
That's why I said
I've
moment's
got to-
notice.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Go and check out Cy King Moment's Notice track. Backing track is just great. Obviously, he plays everything himself as
Comes with
usual.
It's just insane, isn't he? You told me about it and checked him out. I thought that's just mad. And then he's like a Michelin-starred chef as well, isn't he?
Ah.
And he's an incredible photographer as well. He's one of these super freaks that is just like incredible.
It's funny,
whatever
isn't
he turns his hand to.
All right. So we've got something in E minor. It's only 4 minutes long, so we might have to play it a couple of times. BB, you go first.
All right.
Because just in case I have to sort any sound. This is from Dope's Tracks.
Dopes. Dope.
Yeah, which is DOPEZ or Z Tracks. Okay, so that's the YouTube channel.
West Side Records.
All right, guys. Somebody, by the way, just a real quick thing. Somebody had asked, can we like have the chords come up on the backing on the screen for the backing tracks? It's just pretty much impossible to do, I'm afraid, guys. The logistics of doing it are non-existent, I'm afraid. So I'm really sorry about that. But if you want to check out the track, it's on Dope's Tracks, and it's just a funk rock thing in E minor. All right, here we go. Keep your fingers crossed it works. Let us know about the balance, guys. properly fluting it up today, yeah. Right, should we do that again?
Yeah.
Right, Beebs, off you go. I reckon we can get 3 out of this. The magic flute I think I've got some baby sick on my shoulder.
Oh, gone dead. Really? Wow.
You guys, leave it out. Do we want one more or are we done?
I don't mind. I can do
Whatever.
another one.
We'll do one more. We're having fun.
It's time to warm up.
Exactly. come on. Do you think Lee Wraith might be having an effect on us?
I think
A
it's
very
the,
bad one.
Very
It's the IPA.
I've never picked this many notes in a guitar before.
I've never fake picked that many notes.
Fake pick.
There you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. That was good fun. We certainly did. We certainly did.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, dude, get your spandex pants on. Right, Anton Lacey. The tone here, this tone. I'm doing a very weird thing. We want to go DI for everything, so I'm not using the Laney today, unfortunately, just because it's not. I can DI it, but it's just not convenient, and I'm sat on it, and it's going to get super hot, and I don't want piles. So what I'm doing is I'm running into the Mesa Boogie Studio preamp as my amp, and then that's going into the Axe FX 2 with no amp models, but just the cab simulation engaged, and then the delays. Ryan Simmons. Hashtag penis. What I really like about this setup though is because it's a real, like the Axe FX does this too, but because it's a real tube amp, you can go to, oh no, to nothing.
To nothing. That's awesome, yeah. Super responsive.
Really cool. Really
Sweet.
cool. For a DI tone, I'm pretty happy with that. So, next thing on the agenda, B's got this new segment, which is quite cool actually. What are we working on?
Oh, right.
As usual, we're like so behind, it's ridiculous. What are we working on, BB? You've already told us.
Well, I've
but
already
tell us again.
I haven't. Yeah, I'll say.
We sprung this on Lee, by the way. He doesn't know about this.
No, I have no idea.
So yeah, just in case you've just joined, I have released my first, or I'm about to release this evening my first in-depth long guitar tuition product. It'll be available on my website, davidbb.com, and I'm going to do another live stream after this. So you're going to get like all the BB you could ask for in one night. I'm gonna.
I didn't ask for any.
There's no limit. There's no limit to how much.
There's limitless BB
one
you're going to
would
get
want.
tonight because I'm basically going to stream my uploading and playing and answering questions about my thing until it's done. So
Are you going to stream so much you turn into AA?
stream so much it's into AA.
You go up in the alphabet. Do you know what? Never mind.
Yes. the name jokes. What is it? Wasp, but tickles.
Yeah, if you want to annoy BB, call him Wasp.
It doesn't. Thing is, it doesn't annoy me. It baffles me that people find it funny.
Look at his face.
Hornet.
No,
Horny Hornet.
Horny Hornet.
actually, you know that one
Yeah.
is new.
Isn't it?
Congratulations.
Well, there we
sir.
are.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
If you've got other like puns on my name you want to throw,
Some
go.
punes.
I'm not
If
really
you-
talking about what I'm working on, am I? Basically,
No.
I'm gonna live stream my finishing of my tutorial upload and like do a load of playing tonight until it's done. So if it takes another 24 hours, I will not stop streaming until it's done. So
There
come
we
and join
are.
me.
What website do you want to know, the Massamir? What's the website you want to know? I'm working on.
David.
Oh, yours. Went to be
yeah,
your
it's
website.
davidbb.com. But if you add me on Facebook or join me, follow me on Facebook, then you'll be able to see the actual live stream, and I'll give all the information about what's going on with it
Yeah.
there.
So it's www.davidfly.com, isn't it? David Fly.
David, like, keep them coming, Lee. You know, you excelled yourself with one.
I'm not going to go any further.
Yeah.
If you had no wings, you'd be a walk, wouldn't you?
Wasp. Oh, but that.
See,
Wasp.
Rackety Chimp knows.
Rackety Chimp is going to
Yeah,
get
I
slapped
just watched-
later on.
Wasp. See? You said you didn't get annoyed by it. You've been triggered.
Sting.
Hashtag triggered.
Sting.
I'm just kidding. I'll be the one getting the slap.
Okay, so I'm working on threading very slow lines through changes in order to develop new vocabulary because I'm bored with my old vocabulary. So
Interesting.
really, really basic stuff. So for instance, if I was playing over moments notice, I guess.
Yeah. Let's do it.
What's the changes?
I don't know.
So it's like,
No, do giant steps instead, because I know that.
okay, oh, it's always giant steps.
Well, 26
I'm
too.
joking.
Am I going to be that?
Right, if I was doing
Hello,
giant
darkness, my
steps-
old friend.
Buzz, Steve Ozone, you're way too late.
I'm not in time. So like we don't.
Okay, so
Because if I was in time, so I might play like 4 notes on each chord, but try and get some new vocabulary. So I'm trying to play things like. So that little line there, I'm taking that shape and now I'm going to apply that just out of time to the D7. And then. And then. And then. No, what's the next chord? Oh yeah. Oh sorry, yeah. This is actually quite hard to do without this slowly.
So
I know it's hard to do. It's hard to
you're-
remember what the next
So
chord
you're
is.
doing one specific idea that you're putting through the
Yeah,
chords.
but if I was doing it because I'm waiting for you to play the chord, that's not your fault. That's just I didn't instruct what I was going to do.
Blame
so it
BB.
might be like
Not my
blame
tempo.
BB. It might be like I don't know. Oh yeah, sorry. Oh no, sorry, I was on the.
It's got like an octave displacement vibe to it.
Yeah,
hasn't
but
it?
that's
But
it's
you're
just
not doing-
just one example. So that might be the thing I was working on at the time. But I'm doing it slow enough that I'm in control of it, so that I'm not just playing like. That's right. If I was going to go, know, just coming up with like just improvising at tempo. When I'm doing it at that speed, I'm just playing by numbers, just playing by rotes, just following the changes. So I'm trying to find new vocabulary just by slowing right down to the speed my brain wants to work out.
So you're thinking intervallically then over those changes?
Yeah, sort of. I'm actually like I know where all the intervals are anyway, so I'm just kind of playing.
But it's trying to playing
shapes.
Oh, shape.
Well, it's shape based. So if that's the shape based off of the B major 7, maybe for the D. Just play the chords for me. I can't. For some reason, my brain's failing me with the changes.
I've been doing something similar with that phrase, with that thing on, you know, the. I've been trying to take that through and be starting to use those phrases more in an improvisatory way.
Yes.
But again,
as vocabulary.
Super slow with it. As vocabulary. So yeah, I mean, I can't do it. Yeah, but I was trying it on Joan Steps the other day. So trying to get the kind of be able to see those kind of. No, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to do it next. I will fail it. But yeah, it's a really good thing to try and break out of the same old kind of things that you're playing. Because I'm similar. If I put, you know, if I'm working on something that's very familiar changes-wise, then I will go to the same places, even though I think I'm improvising.
That's the thing. You think you are, but you're not.
You are.
Yeah, but not to that extent.
You're not. You're not being as free as you could be, I guess.
No.
Yeah.
And I'll do the same thing. Like, I'll just shut up after this, but I'll do the same thing with, like, if you just play just the root, just play shell voicings. So I'll do the same thing with chord shapes. So it might be like.
Oh dear, you're gonna get me.
Oh, sorry, you're a chord ahead of me.
Which one?
Go from the G major 7. Or even like play the B flat 7 again.
I love that one.
Now go to E flat major 7.
That's nice. Was that what was which was it? That one.
Sorry, flat 9, flat 5, and then sharp 5. We should probably stop now because this really annoys me.
Too much jizz.
Really,
there's too much jizz.
In fact, there's no jizz or jarf going on.
No, I left my jar at home today. So.
Which is a jazz scarf for those not in the know. So what we really need is a bit more of this.
Well, we did just have like a 15-minute
shred
fest.
This is just balancing.
It's just balancing.
Lee, are you working on anything at the moment? You're allowed to say no, by the way.
Yeah, you don't
feel like you have to say something.
I'm enjoying playing rather than working on anything, but I'm working more on video stuff. So having watched your tutorial,
all right, cool,
which is amazing if you haven't already, if you're into trying to make guitar videos, even if it's your job like mine.
Do you take checks?
Yes, any form of payment actually. But yeah, no. So I watched that, and I know I need to up my game in many respects. So I'm having major gas for a Panasonic G7. I told you about this.
There's 3 over there.
Yeah, there might be 2 by the end of the night. So yeah, kind of just working on that because there's so much to it. There's so much to photography in general, isn't it? Videography, and then the editing. That when I'm picking up the guitar, and generally just to make a quick video for Dawson's or whatever. So I'm just trying to enjoy myself on the guitar, rather than going right now. I'm going to work at this. Yeah. I did have highfalutin ideas last year when we were talking about you know, looking at changes again, because I did do it many years ago, not to any great depth.
No, Lee's a very, very, you're a very varied player because you need to be.
I have to for Dawson's, for the demos. So what I do is kind of parrot fashion stuff. I'll listen to the vibe of a style of music and then I'll pick little bits from it. But I don't have a huge jazz vocabulary and I don't have a huge country vocabulary and all of those things. But I just piece them all together for little bits. So that's what I'm working on.
I'm intrigued. There's an MMA fighting thing going on in the.
There's some right chat going on today.
Right, I'm going to guess that was started by Richard Langard. I could be wrong, but I'm guessing it was started by Richard Langard. Let me know in the chat. Yeah, Brazen NL. I'm really sorry we skipped over what I was talking about, but let's do this.
Maybe we should do a hardcore
right.
Stream.
So in between the seasons, in between season 4 and 5, BB and I will do.
We'll go deep.
We'll do Well, let me rephrase
I really
that.
want to say it.
I really want to
We
say
need
it, but
Sid
I'm not
James
going
here,
to.
don't we?
We need
Yeah.
signs that we can just hold up. Hashtag penis. So, BB and I will do like a full-on jazz stream, and we'll talk about. We'll properly geek out.
go
Because
mad.
what is very entertaining is to see BB's face when there's a harmony thing that like it's like. Honestly, it's like a kid in a sweet shop. It's amazing.
It's so cool.
So we'll do that for you. We'll do
Yeah.
a hardcore jazz stream, and we'll.
I remember Sean Baxter's transcription of the Giant Step solo in whatever guitar
Coltrane,
magazine.
the original
The
solo.
original solo, yeah. I tried to learn that. Remember little bits of it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
super hard.
There's a lot of this going on.
It's all bebop, isn't it? It's all like that.
Anyway, sorry about that.
Where were we?
So that's it. We've
What
done
are you
that
working
section.
on?
It's
What
very.
you-
We seem to be on tangents all over the place today.
Yeah.
So we've got our next section is working guitarists. So this is our. It's new for this season. This is our section where we have a 5-minute, just over 6 minutes in this instance, I'm afraid, interview with a guitar player who you may not have heard of, but is very well known within the industry or works very, very hard in the industry and makes a living purely as a musician. Now, we're very lucky today to have a guitar player called Adam Goldsmith. And Adam really is an incredible player and does a huge amount of session work in the UK and has played with some of the biggest names in the industry, plays on a lot of the UK TV shows and has done a lot of film work, played for The Hobbit, played for the latest Harry Potter film, for instance. An amazing guitar player. Once this is done, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Adam's got a new album coming out. I think June the 11th is the launch party. I'll tell you about that once we've done the interview, how you can check that out. You can go and see him live with his band. The band are incredible. And I'll also tell you what his website is so you can go and check him out on there as well. But I'm just going to let you listen to what he says. It's a little bit like Adam's answered the questions, but not necessarily in the order that they're written down. But this is really, really great information here to listen to, and he's got some good advice and also some funny stuff to say as well. So here I give you Adam Goldsmith, amazing guitar player, doing our little working guitarist interview.
Hi, I'm Adam Goldsmith. I'm a freelance guitar player. I guess most of my living has been made through playing sessions on film and TV. I started off, my first break was, I used to, when I was a long time ago in the National Youth Jazz Orchestra, and I came out of that and into the Pop Idol Big Band, which was kind of my break into TV. And we, I did the Big Band on the first 2 series of Pop Idol with Will Young and Gareth Gates. It was that a long time ago, about 2000. From there, I did the last few episodes of Stars in Their Eyes, and then I guess since then I've done quite a lot of that stuff. I did the first 3 years in the house band of The Voice. What else have I done? I've done tracks for Britain's Got Talent, American Idol, done quite a bit. They do the big band tracks over here, so I've done those. What else have I done? Yeah, I've toured with Gloria Estefan. I've recorded for Ronan Keating. I've played with Meatloaf, loads of different people. I've done the house orchestra and the Raw Variety, probably about 10 times. So I've got to play with a lot of great people on that. Played on loads of jingles, all sorts of stuff. Little Mix I've played with. I did a couple of tracks for them. I guess I got into. Oh, and at the moment, my regular gig is I'm in the West End, the Carole King show. Beautiful. I play guitar one on that, which is great. So music is amazing. I also run my own band. We play at Ronnie Scott's quite regularly, and I'm just in the middle of recording my first album, which is very exciting. Hopefully, more people than my immediate family will buy it, but you never know. It's jazz. So I guess I got started. I went to, like I said, I was in the National Youth Jazz Orchestra. I also went to the Royal Academy of Music. I did a master's degree there in jazz. Did a classical degree as well. And from there, I've never had a proper job, so I kind of drifted into studio work. Like I said, through the Pop Idol thing, that was the first thing that I did. And then, what happened after that? Yeah, straight into Stars in Their Eyes, and then I ended up depping for the fantastic guitar player John Paricelli in Dave Archer's band on one of his series, and so I've depped for John in Dave's band over the years, and Strictly Come Dancing and various TV projects. Through that, yeah, I guess I've ended up playing on a few films as well. I played on Bridget Jones, the one last year. Bridget Jones is whatever it was, The Revenge of Bridget Jones. I can't remember what it was called. I played on the Harry Potter films, the Fantastic Beasts thing, The Hobbit. I toured with Marty Pello. Actually, that was pretty early on in my career. We supported George Benson, which was amazing. And the only thing that George Benson said to me, he didn't talk to me for the whole tour, and the only thing he said to me, he came up at the end, and he looked at me and he was smiling as he was coming off stage, and I thought, oh, he's going to talk to me, this will be great. And he came up to me and he went, hey man, you know where the men's room is? And that was it. That's all he said to me for the whole tour. But he was brilliant. Anyway, there we go. Yeah, what other questions do we have? How did you get into the music business? Yeah, that's it. Music college, National Youth Jazz, segue, Pop Idol, and then from there, that's it. Luck. It's luck, basically. Luck and a minimal amount of talent on my part. I guess I can read. I can read music as well, which is kind of helpful. You don't need a lot of it, but you do need if you want to be a quote-unquote studio session player. Not that such a thing really exists anymore, but if that's what you want to do, you need to be able to read a bit and understand a bit of harmony and theory. Yeah, what else? Oh yeah, so I suppose, yeah, I started when I was about 13. I did 5 years on classical piano before that, so I could already read a bit. I started when I was 13, learning Beatles tunes with my dad, which was great. So yeah, the Beatles, I guess, that was it. And then I got into sort of heavy stuff, super heavy stuff, Metallica and Megadeth and things like that. So I got some chops together, which now I can't play any of that stuff anymore, but I used to be able to play it. Yeah. Okay, what else? My favourite gear. So this is my main guitar. This is what I use in my band. It's a 1967 335. It's all original apart from this. It used to have like a Maestro trem on it, but now you can see it's got stop tailpiece. And these are Callahan, and they're amazing. The sustain is ridiculous. It's got quite a slim neck, but it's not as slim as a lot of the 60s ones. These are the original patent sticker pickups, and they just sound incredible. So yeah, I just end up using this on pretty much everything. I always come back to it. It's amazing. But I've got a bunch of different guitars. I've got a few Strats and a Les Paul there. It's not an original one. Yeah, I also play sort of, I can play a bit of ukulele and banjo and mandolin and all that kind of stuff, which comes in handy. I've done a lot of. I played mandolin on the Dolmio advert. What else? Yeah, banjo. I did the Three Musketeers and loads of those kind of. Done a few TV series on, which have had a bit of banjo and, period things. The Halcyon recently, which was on ITV. It's a Sunday night show on ITV, which we did all the pre-records for that, and a lot of that was on banjo, and also my old L50 Gibson. Yeah, what do I think that used to be true? What's the question that I used to think was true? Now I don't believe. I didn't used to think I liked Steely Dan when I was young. I thought Metallica were better. Now I know that I really like Steely Dan. That's it. Okay. Bye.
So there you go, guys. What a great guy. What a great player. Sorry that the audio goes a little bit out of sync. That happened on the original video when I edited it, and there was very little I could do about it, unfortunately. So, but you got all the info, and what a CV. You won't find many CVs like that. Pretty impressive. Adam is playing on June the 11th. I just got my notes here. June the 11th at the Pizza Express Jazz Club in Soho in London, and he's doing an album launch party. And you can go down there if you're anywhere in London, or you want to go across and see an amazing player with a really great band actually. Adam's doing his album launch, and I'm going to be picking up a copy of the album. It's really great stuff. If you go to Adam Goldsmith, and Goldsmith is just exactly how you'd expect, Goldsmith, just normal spelling, .co.uk. So for any guys who are watching outside the UK, our suffix for UK websites is .co.uk. So adamgoldsmith.co.uk. You can check out Adam, you can check out what he's done, his CV. You can check out some media clips and hear him play, and it's really, really great stuff. The guy is super schooled, absolute consummate professional. So yeah, there you go. Hope that was useful, guys. Hope that inspired some of you. Very, very cool indeed. So yeah, basically, as Brazen and I is saying, like a British Tommy Tedesco or Tim Pearce, basically. Amazing, really, really great. So thank you very much, Adam, for doing that. If you're watching, or if you see this afterwards, we really appreciate that. So there we go. All right, guys. So we have, very quickly, a giveaway to do and a giveaway to announce. We seem to be giving stuff away every week. So last week, hopefully all of you guys saw this, because I did post it on the Facebook page. So it shows, do you check out the Facebook page? If you didn't, you might have lost out. We have this set of amazing 4 Seasons bubble wrap to give away. 4 Seasons hand-wired pickups to give away.
Bubble wrap.
Now, we announced this last week. Loads and loads of you entered. And our winner is Jason Blackwell.
Congratulations.
I think we need a gong for that, don't we?
Yeah.
Gong in. Gong Jason.
Well, let's give Jason a gong.
Unfortunately for us, Jason's in Australia, so it's going to be, we'll have to pay a bit for postage. So well done, Jason. You have won those pickups. We'll get them shipped
Congrats,
out to
dude.
you. I've contacted the guys who won the V-Picks. Those will be shipped out on Monday to you guys. I think we had a winner from Italy, a winner from the UK, and a winner, I can't remember where the other guy was from. Anyway, doesn't matter. And we're so generous that Beebe's got another thing to give away. Tell us about it, Beebs.
So on episode 1 of this season, we talked about Jonathan Kreisberg's new transcription book, Offerings of Note. It's like a retrospective collection of some of his solo guitar works and his guitar solos from his tunes.
We showed it to you on the news section about two shows ago, three shows ago.
And so we have a copy of that to give away. So if you...
Very cool.
Is it the same deal
And
as before?
BB even wrote the tagline on the front of it.
I didn't write it. Tom keeps over it. Like, I basically kind of like... Kreisberg asked me, like, what do you think of this? And it's like, yeah, it's cool. And like maybe change, like put a comma there. That's all I did.
Writing credits. BB wrote the book.
Full transcription.
As usual, guys, at the end of the show, probably about an hour or so afterwards, because it takes me a little bit of time to set up, we'll set up another giveaway. You guys can enter during the week. It'll close on Wednesday, so the day before the show. And then we have a random piece of software, that maybe sound like a 90-year-old man. We have a software. We have a piece of software that picks the winner for us, so it's completely random. There's no like, you know, oh, he lives in the UK, so that'll be cheaper postage for us. As you can see, our winner today was from Australia. I'm not looking forward to paying for the postage, but there we go. We can't make Jason pay. So you can enter on, we'll put the link on the Facebook page, and yeah, I would like a copy of that book for sure. So
yeah,
that's really
so
cool.
they've just started shipping actually, so I don't have it in my on my person to actually send out straight away. It's got to arrive to me and then go out too. So, but it's all underway. On that note as well, there is a gig that we're putting on and a masterclass on the 22nd of May. The gig's on the 22nd of May.
That is.
This is in Leeds and it's a Jonathan Kreisberg quartet gig. So yeah, mention that a lot more close to the time, but just as a reminder for your calendar.
He says we, he means him. BB's done the work.
I'm just using the Guitar Hour banner just because it's like, I don't know. Is that right?
Yeah, of course. Okay, guys. So yeah, enter online, and you could stand a chance to win the book. All right. So main discussion today. What we thought we'd do, Lee, who, as we've mentioned, you might know from the Dawson's YouTube channel and also via Headstock. If you've been to any UK guitar shows, or if you've been to NAMM, or if you played at Music Mess, I guess, before when when Laney used to exhibit.
Well,
there.
yeah, I played for somebody else actually, but yeah. Not an amp manufacturer, it was an acoustic guitar manufacturer.
Right.
But yeah.
But Lee has a very interesting story which he will tell us and you guys as to how he got involved with this business. And I think this is really inspirational for a couple of reasons. First of all, Lee was doing a completely unrelated job, a very good job actually, that a lot of people do, and it's a job with a good career. I mean, Lee, I don't know that much about it, but Lee will tell you more about it, but usually it's considered to be a job with a good career path. And you know, made a big switch. Yeah, well, this is the thing.
No,
so Lee will tell you,
joking.
made a big switch to being a guitar player, and also it's interesting because of the way that Lee has gone about. You know, I don't know if he's going to go into this or not, but the way that he's gone about making it a business for himself and an income and a career, which is very, very interesting. So, Lee, tell us about what you did.
What I did.
And how you got into. Just tell us the history of what you do.
Is it all a bit fuzzy?
It's all a bit fuzzy now, yeah. Well, no,
Boom.
Sorry.
so, yeah, very good. It was all hot. and fuzzy. So I used to be a policeman. I was the Popo 50, you know, all of that business.
I got told off for driving too fast earlier.
No, you did.
I did, didn't I?
I said, drive faster,
You were
drive
driving
faster.
fast.
We nearly went back in time. It was that fast.
85 miles an hour.
You know,
Oh, that's bad
over a
word
school
points.
over a school
Did you do that
playing
on
field.
purpose?
Over a school playing field.
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, so I used to be. So I played guitar since I was a wee nipper. So guitar playing has always been in my life. But it was one of those things, and so we're going back into the 1890s now, you know, pre-internet days, where there was no kind of.
You have a big top hat.
There was, yeah, it was. It was like,
And a monocle.
good day to you. That's how I greeted people. But yeah, there seemed to be no career path other than you join a band, or you know, and become famous that way. You know, that seemed to be the only way to have some form of career or success within the music world. So it was, I was teaching when I was about 21 and all that sort of business, and then I met somebody, and then they said to me, "Go and get a real job." So I went, "Okay," and I joined the police force when I was 24. And then just carried on doing little bits of music on the side. And I'm really pleased that I did do that job. I did lots of different jobs within the police. I didn't wear a big hat for very long and a daft uniform. But some of the organisational skills that gave me, some of the planning skills and the interpersonal skills as well, which is massively important in the world anyway, as a human being, that really helped later on. But what happened was I ended up needing to get some music out, putting some music together. So I put a little some demos together, which you've heard.
I've
heard
done,
them as
yeah.
well.
On Bandcamp. It's very, very kind of old school Steve Vai. You can definitely listen to it and go, oh yeah, another one of those kind of characters. So that I put those out there, and I actually met Steve Vai at a gig that he did at the Royal Concert Hall in Nottingham in like 2002 or something like that. Gave him a CD, thought nothing of it. Thought, well, at least I've got to meet the man. Shook his hand and said bye. And about 6 months later, he wrote me a letter.
An actual letter?
An actual letter.
So you're one of the people that have given a CD to him and he's listened to it. Then,
he listened to it,
wow.
which was, and he said, that was absolutely shit. Never darken my door again. No, it's some really lovely advice, actually, really nice advice. So I was just like, wow, that's incredible. I don't need to, you know, my life is over. I don't need to do any more. I'm happy with that. I recorded the whole thing. There is a point to all this. I recorded the whole thing on a Boss GT6, which was the old multi-effects that they had. And the rep at the shop that I used to go into for Boss at the time said, well, you should tell the guys at headquarters that you use that, and that's what Steve Vai liked, and blah, blah, blah. So I did, and then they sent me a Boss GT8, and then that got me into Boss a little bit. And then a couple of years later, they were looking for a demonstrator, and I contacted Johnny Carpenter, who was the guy at the time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, who's
Johnny
now
Jam
Track Central now.
Yeah.
But Johnny,
lovely man.
Johnny was the product manager.
Hello, Johnny.
If he's watching.
He won't watch.
Yeah. So I went for an interview with Johnny, and this guy as well, this kind of wild...
Sorry, that last comment's making me laugh.
No,
you have to read those three.
Oh, right, yeah.
Anyway, sorry, go on then.
Give me the shooter!
Sorry.
Yeah, so I went for this interview for the Boss demonstrator job, right? So I'd never used a looper in my life, didn't know, I'd never demonstrated
This is a good story.
anything at all. And I'd never been on YouTube as well. So I turn up for this interview, and Johnny's like, hello, Lee, how's it going? Well, I'll come through. I've got Alex with us today. I was like, all right. Alex was just like going to be some dude. And there was this kind of, werewolf-looking character sat in the corner with his shirt half undone, and there's like this awesome kind of music man guitar leaning up. And he's like, oh, I'm Alex. And I was like, hey, dude, you all right? I had no idea it was Alex Hutchins, because I just didn't.
Hang on a minute, how long's he been...
Hold on a second.
How long has he been doing that?
Oh, God. I
Forever?
think he went
Go on.
Alex Hutchins.
That was a pathetic gong.
Sorry, Alex, if you...
A big gong.
Yeah, that's
Alex is one of the funniest guys I've ever met.
He's
if you've
lovely.
ever watched Phone Jacker, there's a show on Channel 4 a few years ago, wasn't it? He can do all the impressions for every character.
Really?
All of them. Absolutely all of them.
Really?
But the funny thing is, he watches them all on an iPad because he doesn't own a TV. And it was so random.
That doesn't surprise me
Yeah.
at all.
Anyway, so I had this interview with those guys, and it was a talky interview, and then it's a go into the other room, pick a piece of gear, you've got 5 minutes, and then we're going to come in, you give us a 10-minute demonstration of it. So I was like, well, I'll use the Boss GT10. And then so Alex came through, and Johnny came through and had this kind of interview, and I was trying to show them what this GT10 does. And he goes, "Right, show me a loop. Put a loop down. Give me a groove." So I was just like, "Oh, okay. I don't know how to use a looper." So it took me about 4 attempts. So during the interview, Alex actually taught me how to use a looper. So I thought, "Oh man, I have not got this gig at all.
Amazing.
I have not got this gig." So I was just like, "Yeah, thanks." I went home, then found out who Alex was, and nearly died. Oh God,
Probably a good thing you didn't.
how embarrassing. You know,
I mean,
it's
how
like
would
that.
you go in and play if you knew?
Oh, what the thing is, I've got like this. He's like, he's done it to me again. So I ended up being the boss demonstrator guy. And it's a part-time thing, so I was able to carry on doing the, the regular job, which I did see as a job, not a career, because I didn't love it that much. It was just a job.
Good point, Brazen Ale.
1 second.
Oh my God, yeah, of course.
Oh my God.
Steve Vai.
Steve, I liked your work, dude.
Oh well, he needs to get his ears sorted out. Anyway, so yeah.
Oh, it's Ryan Simmons.
Anyway,
Ryan's going to derail the stream. Let's just go.
yeah.
Simmons, behave.
Anyway, so cut a long story short, I was doing that, and you can't for the boss guys anyway. It's kind of like a part-time thing, so you get sporadic bits of work, and I got sent all the gear, tons and tons of it. It's very much a tap dancing gig, and I got the GT100, which was it's still their flagship processor, and they said, "Can you take it tomorrow, along with a couple of guitars, down to Guildford to Anderton's and the guy called Rob Chapman? Do you know who Rob Chapman is?" I was like, "No idea." Okay, just go down and probably make a video.
Go and arrest him.
So go and arrest this guy. It's called a Monkey Lord or something like that. So I go down, do this demo, and Rob said, "You're going to be on the video?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I'm here to do." "Oh, great." So we end up having a jam. You can watch that. That's still on YouTube, as everything is, isn't it? Once you've
Should we put it on?
first ever video. And then afterwards, Rob said, "You should get a YouTube channel if you haven't already got one, Lee. I've got," this was at the time, he's got 500,000 subscribers now. He said, "I've got 75,000 subscribers."
Oh, man.
And I was like,
It's more
I
than
looked
that
at
now.
it in blank. I was like, I don't know what that means, because I just didn't get YouTube at all. He said, "Well, look, more people watch my channel than the main channel in Sweden gets watched at that time." So it was like, I get it. So I put a YouTube channel together, started making videos. Fast forward a bit, I've been doing some boss stuff, doing some of the shows, and then got approached by Dawson's Music to become their demonstrator from a video perspective, because they've been looking for someone who could present, someone who could play, someone who could do everything and then sweep the floor.
Yeah, because
They couldn't find anybody, so they asked me.
the persona in front of the camera is the bit that people forget. That's actually much more difficult than people think.
Oh yeah.
Much more difficult.
And this is another level. Live streaming is a whole new ballpark as well. But
Very different, isn't it?
yeah, very much so. So you get used to kind of recording, from an audio perspective, and you get over your red light fever, and then you do the same when you kind of filming yourself, whether it's on a Friday night or with a guitar. And then this is a whole new ballpark again, isn't it? Live streaming. Anyway, so that's how
Hashtag Friday night.
So what happened was, they said to me, "Look, you're probably not interested in doing this full time, but if you are, let us know." And I said, "Well, it would have to be, commensurate with what I'm earning now, because once you start earning it."
And this is the bit that when you told me this story, I was so impressed by, because it's really hard to talk money.
Yeah.
In fact,
kind
I
of
am
ballsy in a way.
known for screwing myself out of money.
Oh, I do that
all the time.
I still do that now, but it's one of those occasions where I had to have that conversation, because if I didn't, I could be on the bones of my arse. Do you know what I mean? Literally, I needed to make pretty much the same amount of
And I think that's
money.
something that a lot of musicians could really take influence from, if you like, because it is worth thinking about these things and having those conversations with people, because people will be open to those conversations if you're of value to them and you do a good job.
If people are asking for your services, then they value it. They just haven't put a monetary value on it
physical
yet.
price.
And sometimes you have to educate them as to what that is worth.
And your instinct is to often go far lower, because you don't always know what the value is. But of course, if you go low, you can't go up again.
Yeah.
Whereas if you go high and they go, "Can't afford that," you can just go lower. But
I would. Do you know what? This sounds really cynical, but I would go, what in my dream of dreams do I want to make when I do a video for somebody, and then go, right, that's my usual fee, that's my standard fee, but for you on this occasion, here we go.
Do a bit of a Del Boy.
Do a Del Boy. And that's the so people are under no illusion of what you're worth to them. But
don't read that comment out. Don't read that comment out.
Yeah. Because we
not get involved.
Yeah, no, I'll stay out of that one.
No, there is a good question above, slightly above that. But sorry, go on.
No.
Just about musical fluffers.
Musical fluffers.
Yeah. What's the equivalent of a musical fluffer? Or Ryan saying like,
John Gunn called me his musical fluffer the other day, which I thought was rad. I'm not sure
what
what he was
context was that.
Oh no, I was telling him, we were talking about something and I was telling him I was saying, oh man, you sound great, don't worry. And he was like, you're my musical fluffer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of was true.
But do you know what, you kind of need that in these situations, don't you? You know, if you put in whatever the pressure is.
What advice would you give to Ryan to get into demo work?
Right, I would start. Ryan owns gear. He owns guitars. You own pedals and all of that stuff.
Yes.
So start demoing.
Yes, this is what I would say.
Absolutely everything that you've got.
Yes.
Start learning the process of all of that and making it. And then once it's kind of like Field of Dreams, isn't it? If you build it, they will come.
Yes,
it's much easier to go, here is a bunch of demos I've done. Do you like the look of them? Shall I do some for you?
Yes.
Than it is. I was looking over there.
Can you imagine Ryan doing a bit of a comedy like shit gear reviews sort of thing?
No, but actually,
nothing
Ryan,
wrong with that. But you'd have to pick.
I'm joking.
We've all met you. Lee's not met Ryan, but I don't think. But we've met Ryan. Dave and Dan have met Ryan. Ryan, you are an extremely gregarious guy. So if you find that translates well in front of the camera as well, which is not a guarantee, but you should try it. Then you need to develop the video skills. The biggest hurdle these days to doing this kind of thing is that when I started doing it, and probably when Lee started doing it, the level of production could be significantly lower. Now, your level of production has to be great from the off, because that's what people are looking for now. It has to be very high level production. So you have to learn really good video skills very, very quickly. The good news is the gear is so much better now for doing it. So like your audio gear is cheaper, your cameras are cheaper, your lights are cheaper, and so many tutorials available on how to do this stuff. Like I've got a massive one. There's loads on YouTube for free that you can check out. Hashtag penis.
I think though that you're on
Mark Poulter.
you can go.
It's so funny. I can't read it out, but it is so funny. Oh man. Oh god. He is Donald Trump. Anyway,
I think you don't. If you're going to do it professionally, then you need to go in at the kind of level that Tom's talking about. But there's nothing to stop you.
No,
if you've got starting with whatever you've got.
And if you've got charisma,
process.
and if you've got a way of talking about stuff that people connect with, then it will hapen anyway, won't it? Because
exactly.
You're gonna be, if you're passionate about what you're talking about, then it's going to build something.
And if you're looking to kind of increase, do the YouTube and the subscriber thing, then gear is it, because the Dawson's channel went from 300 people to 35,000 in the space of 2.5-3 years, which is not exponential, but it's a bigger jump than my travels from 0 to 20,000 have taken a long time, much longer.
Brazen and Al, you are right, of course. The production value thing for the average viewer is of no interest. But the problem is that you're trying to attract companies to
that's the issue.
To give you products to do demos of, and they're interested in production value, because someone else will be able to do it with a better production value if you don't. So you need to have. It doesn't need to be super pro, but it needs to be good enough. It needs to be good.
Something that doesn't embarrass them if they put it out on their
precisely.
social
It
media.
needs to represent them well.
I think it just requires some thought, because the gear. Most people have the gear in their pocket, but it just requires that kind of.
Gosh.
The thing is, there's nothing wrong with demoing your own gear, and you've got to make a decision about what kind of presenter you want to be. Because for the Dawson stuff, it's very BBC. It is just, here it is. I almost, I'm non-existent in that.
Let's check out some tones.
Let's just check out some tones.
Right.
It is very much, it's very cookie cutter as well. But I'm not going, let's give this a 7 out of 10, or I really hate this.
Well, there's the question. Brett McReynolds. I'd love to hear opinions on walking the line between a demo and a review. That's a really important
We're talking about this.
We were before, yeah.
A demo should just be, the player.
Non-partisan.
It's transparent. It's not about them. It's just about the gear shining through. A review is more opinionated, isn't it? It should be more based on your viewpoint.
Yeah.
And so it's based on your credibility, isn't it? So I like you. I think I believe what you're telling me to be true. What do you think of this guitar?
Yes, absolutely.
So that's the difference.
Brazen NL, you spot on again. I mean, but production is something that can be taught. Being
Yeah.
charismatic behind the camera, absolutely, absolutely not. So yes, so very, very true. But yeah, the reviews thing is kind of tricky. Sometimes you'll work for a company and it's not always obvious whether you're supposed to be doing a review or a demo, because we were talking about someone will give you the title review.
Yeah.
But it's a demo.
It's a demo.
And there's no conclusion at the end, and that can be a bit confusing for the audience. So I think we have to be a little bit careful about stuff like that. Anyway,
Man, we should move on.
So
Sorry, man.
No,
I didn't mean to.
I'll get my coat.
so just to conclude,
Just
to
look at
conclude,
I'm the timekeeper.
That was the that was how it. That's how it happened. That's how. It
yeah.
happened.
Just to conclude, Lee, now you basically work full time.
Full time doing
The police
that.
is not, because I don't think actually we made that 100%.
Oh,
clear.
sorry, no, I left. Yeah, I left
that is no longer Lee's job.
No,
Lee
no.
works full time as a musician, producing videos for Dawson's and doing product demonstrations for shows and
Ibanez
stuff
and
for
Laney.
Ibanez and for Laney. And yeah, gets to do the musician thing full time.
Yeah.
But what's really interesting, and this is one of the reasons why I find Lee's story so interesting, is that Lee's made it into a salaried job.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is
So the
very
that's
unusual.
very rare.
Very
That's
unusual.
very rare.
Very rare, yeah.
I think it's because that particular company at the time really needed to up the game video-wise, and they needed somebody who could do all of those things, and they kind of needed them cheaply. So if you take being a videographer, there are plenty of people out there working full-time as videographers, and it's a skill and it's an art form. I don't class myself as a full-time videographer. I'm part videographer, part presenter, part guitar player, part musician, because I have to create all the backing tracks and all of that stuff. So I'm like, I've 20% skills in all of those areas, and that's why they could pay for me full-time, if you
Yes.
like.
Right.
If you
were saving on.
they were saving
yeah.
across the board.
Because overall you were providing them the thing that
4 or 5
individually would cost them far more.
Far
to be
more.
able to- yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with approaching.
Mark Poulter is just consistently making me laugh tonight.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of approaching companies.
No,
The
no, no.
worst that can happen is they just tell you no or ignore you.
As long as you don't come across as a kind of arrogant prick, then that's fine,
Yeah, well, pricks don't get gigs, or
No,
they don't
yeah.
keep them. They might get a gig, and then after that, you can't keep them. So
Okay.
Yeah. Nice people win.
Thank you very much, Lee.
No, it's been a
Let's
pleasure
do some
to you.
playing. So, hopefully, some of you guys. Oh no, that's the wrong mouse.
Oh.
Hopefully, some of you guys have been voting in our backing track poll.
Forget to mention it, don't we, every week?
We do every week. We
Need to- I
mentioned at the
need to-
beginning. Like we only need like 5 people to vote, and they'll pick a track. Let's see. Oh no, I'm clicking on votes. I want results. We've had 6 votes.
6
Come on,
votes.
people.
We need to rethink the.
But they've
yeah.
chosen the melodic rock track, which is cool. Oh, there's always an advert. This is an advert for Knorr stock cubes.
Tasty.
Oh, quite what that's got to do with
so
music,
hungry.
I have no idea. All right, guys, this is a mellow backing track in E. Sounds a bit like this. This is quite cool, actually. Do you want to know what the changes are, Beebs?
Of course.
That's loads of them.
Oh no.
It's all it basically
You made
C
it.
sharp minor pentatonic.
Yeah.
Fine.
I think I know that.
Right, let's go. We love Rabia. Rabia's great. Dirty boy.
Got me sport on.
Oh, you need to be louder. Right, next time.
Tom, that was gorgeous.
Gorgeous,
Oh, thank you.
That was really lovely, mate.
Nice.
guys.
That was so good.
I really enjoyed that.
Hashtag penis. Hashtag
Bit of a nutsack.
Oh man, that was fun. Okay, cool. So thank you to the 6 people who voted. Come on, guys. It's
Yeah.
there on the bottom of the screen. Someone point to
It's
it.
taking up screen real estate and no one's voted.
Yeah, exactly. We need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
We'll make a bigger effort. Maybe we'll figure out a better way of doing it so there's a clickable thing or something.
We'll have a
I don't know how
rethink.
we could do that.
We'll have a rethink.
Oh well.
Jason,
So-
thank you very much. And to someone who was saying about the guy in the middle, my name is David BB.
By the way, Jason, were you here in the stream earlier? Did you see that you'd won the pickups? You've won the 4-season pickups. I don't think I saw you in the stream earlier. So well done. We'll post them out to you. And I had a moan about the fact that we had to post them to Australia. It wasn't a real moan, I was joking. I'll send you an email and we'll figure that out. So, yes, we've got some questions and some answers. We're not going to play the theme at the end today because we didn't get a chance to teach it to Lee. I can't remember it because I played it for months.
I know it.
I can have a go.
If he knows
I'm
it-
happy to have a go.
All right, we'll do it. We'll do it.
What
We'll
else?
do it. I say we'll do it. I'll have to find it again
Down,
because it's
down.
on a different. Anyway, we'll do it. So let's do some questions.
Just busting the balls.
Beeves, do you want to read some questions out?
Aye, aye, Captain. Right.
Oh,
Come back.
Sorry, it doesn't matter,
Michael Palace.
don't worry.
Okay.
Thank you guys for a great show yesterday. I presume he's talking about the
Yesterday?
the show last week. So I've got a question for the show that you may have answered before, in which case you may point me towards that episode. Otherwise, what literature has had the biggest impact on your playing, and are there any books that you recommend in particular for anyone who wants to master jazz improvisation? Cheers, really made my week when you guys addressed some of the stuff I wrote in the live chat.
So books.
Yeah, books or...
Mark Levine,
yeah, I mean, we've said it many times. Mark Levine, Jazz Theory book.
I have that.
The Advancing Guitarist,
Um,
Mick Goodrick. Oh man, what else? So many. Steve Kahn's books, Chord Concepts and Pentatonic Concepts, are very good. Steve Kahn, Kahn. They're very good books. I use those.
I mean, in terms of, I say, master jazz improvisation. I mean, it depends on.
That
I
never
mean, if
happens.
that's what you mean, then we can't answer that. But if you want to get into it,
Buy a video that someone's just about to put out.
Buy-
on
buy-
Hollywood,
buy-
I would
yeah,
suggest.
well, thank you, sir. I knew why we have you on
That's why
here.
Who needs books?
Michael, if you're watching, I'm about to release a tutorial video just on that kind of thing, just getting into sort of jazz improvisation and getting started on that stuff. I certainly would not put myself anywhere near the level of, like Mark Levine stuff or these other guys I mentioned. Sorry. So I think that answers that.
Piotr Novak. I used to know the theme, then I had a broken elbow, and now I can't remember it.
But
So it's my
on
fault.
slightly off tangent, I think that broken elbow, it's like, you're playing, man. It's like there's something about it's a little bit different. I'm not saying
the
you got
advice is not to break your elbow.
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Still the same advice. That's the government advice. Don't do it. But
I won't trip you up next year. It's not worth it. But I can't do it every
Tom
year.
can't be killed by conventional weapons. We've learned this now.
what
Steve,
fate?
Yeah.
Stephen Craggs, for all, would be interested if you guys could discuss the recording solutions you use for creating backing tracks, etc. How to get good bass or synth sounds without having to be a good keys player. Okay. Is there any good software or hardware solutions for this, or should I just spend a few years learning the piano? I can answer that very quickly. Don't bother learning the piano unless you really want to. Toontrack, this great company that make a drum software, also do piano or keyboard software called Easy Keys.
It's amazing.
And that is incredible for making keys or
Just wrap
piano
chord
tracks.
progression in.
It's just like their drum software, but for piano. And there's loads of sounds and loads of MIDI packs. And if you want to create decent sounding, well, not decent, pro sounding keys tracks for a relatively cheap price, that is the one to get.
Don't think anything exists for bass like that. But one thing you could do is you could buy MIDI bass packs programmed by a professional MIDI programmer, which do exist, and then you could edit those files to fit with what you. Because if it's for a backing track rather than your own track, find one that's close, and then you can edit the notes to fit with the chords that you're playing. That would be one way around
You
it.
could go down the U-Rock guitar route and MIDI play.
Shall I?
There's
What's
also
the
if
easiest
you
way to do this?
you can get a MIDI guitar like the Fender GC1, which has got the Roland hexagonal pick. I forgot what it's called now.
If I thought about it before, maybe
into the GR55, and then you can play keys and bass.
Yeah,
from the guitar.
when we do another stream that's not quite so it's like this formal stream, when it's not an episode, I'll play the entire show using the U-Rock guitar.
Amazing. Yeah.
And that way you'll get to hear, that basically is an amazing trigger for MIDI synths.
I'd be really interested, Lee, actually, what do you do for all your tracks?
Oh, well, I used to use, when I had the Roland stuff in my possession,
There's one up there.
there'd be Fender GC1 into a GR55, and then
So that's all MIDI guitar
that's
stuff?
all MIDI guitar stuff. But now I just use Logic Pro, and it's just all the plugins from there.
Drums and stuff from
all
Logic.
from Logic.
Sequencing.
Yeah.
Or
It's all step
the
time.
drummer plugin within Logic is amazing.
It is really good, but you can
So
drag
great.
you can drag some of their basic stuff into
Yeah.
the step time editor and add bits and pieces. So because I have to create backing tracks every week because they have to be
Man.
it has to be original music. I mean they're really basic, but it has to be original music so we don't get adverts for another guitar company on the on our
Yeah.
channel. So it has to be that. So
Yeah, the Fishman Triple Play is really good. And not mega expensive, and it's wireless as well, so that's cool.
I'm also super into, as I said, with the Tune Track stuff, their drums software. There is a bass one. Is it called Trillion?
Trillion, I use Trillion and Stylus RMX.
Yeah.
Trillion is great, but Trillion you need to be able to program.
Okay.
And you really need to be able to
Yeah,
program with
which-
Trillion because
yeah.
it's got key switch triggers where you will have Trillion's amazing. If you check out Trillion has bass slides, it's got muted notes, harmonic, sustained notes. It's really powerful, but you really need to know how to sequence with it. I
Also,
use it for my stuff.
sorry, man. Also, Stephen, if you're just after something, I haven't talked about this before on the show, but there's something called Session Band that creates very good, very high quality backing tracks out of just simple chord chunk blocks with trio sort of guitar,
USB.
drums, bass. It's kind of like iReal Pro that I always go on about, but with real instruments.
You don't go on about iReal Pro.
Yeah, I know. I need to talk about it more, don't I?
Yeah.
But yeah, so Session Band, check those out. So you get real players who've been recorded and chopped up into all different chords and sort of like rhythmic motifs. You can just piece that together in a very simple sort of linear track type window and create really good sort of jam type tracks. So maybe check that out, Session Band.
sounds good.
Right then, shall we save some for next week and sign off with a dodgy version of the theme tune?
Hold on. I'm on it, sort of ish.
Oh,
Get
Noak,
them.
that's really kind of you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. So your guys' support and encouragement has helped with that, by the way, and I'm massively grateful to all the kind words and encouragement.
He's always been this good. He just had to relax in front of a camera. I think that's the difference.
Just talking with yourselves, I'm just doing some techno babble.
What do you have for tea?
Protein shake. Because I
You
can't
can't,
eat
of
solid
course you
food
can't,
because
yeah,
I've
yeah.
got braces.
Well, you're going to have
Yay.
some gorgeous gnashes in very before long.
Well,
man.
we'll
Right,
see.
enough about Lee's teeth. We're ready. Alright guys, so
I've got to do bronze's part because I'm sat here. So
Aye,
I'll
aye,
start
you
it.
start. Man, you know it. He knows it better
Hang
than
on.
you.
Well, I've
He
never
knows
done it. I think that's the first two notes, is it? Play the
right,
first.
I got it.
And I think we will let this good sir shred his way through the solo section.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hang on. I think
know,
I got it.
something like that?
I think I got it.
Oh, what we need to do, what we also need to do before we do this, is to say that next week,
Yeah.
Andy Timmons is going to be live having an interview on Skype with us. So get your questions in or join us in.
And
you know,
not
ask
Andy
questions.
Timmons from Bognor Regis, the
Yeah.
actual Andy Timmons.
As in. Yeah. Andy Timmons on the guitar. So yeah, and also support us on Patreon so we can get more amazing guys interviewed.
So go to theguitarhour.com. Theguitarhour.com. And you can buy t-shirts, support us on Patreon. You know, we put some work into this.
Gong.
We do.
We should have gonged for Andy.
Yeah.
Kick it.
Kick it.
Yay.
All right, guys, so let's play the theme tune. We'll see you next week with none other than the legendary Andy Timmons. Thanks, Lee.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you
you
so
very
much
much
for
for having me,
coming on.
guys.
Appreciate
Lovely
that.
to meet you all.
Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next time. Here's the theme that we can't play.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. away with it. We got away with it.
Confidence.
Sorry, Bronzy. Right, guys, we will
Sorry.
see you next week with Mr. Timmons. See you soon.
Bye bye.